Mr. Benny was not like everyone else. He didn't talk much, and he often looked confused in a world that seemed too fast and too loud. People sometimes laughed at him, not because he wanted attention, but because life always became a little unusual when he was around. It felt like every day was a struggle. Simple things, buying bread, crossing the street, even drinking a cup of tea somehow turned into these big, complicated challenges. But Mr. Benny always tried. One morning, he woke up with a new determination. He said to himself quietly, "Today, I will have a normal day." He put on his old, familiar jacket, carefully fixed his collar, and smiled at his little stuffed bear Buddy, who was sitting patiently on the bed. Buddy was his only true supporter, his silent confidant in a noisy world. With a heart full of hope, Mr. Benny stepped outside. But the world was already rushing, a blur of motion and sound. A bus arrived far too quickly. He ran for it, but his feet tangled. He slipped, and somehow he ended up holding someone else's bag. People stared. Someone giggled. Mr. Benny's cheeks burned with embarrassment. Still, he took a deep breath and kept walking. At the market, he tried to buy some fruit. The oranges had other plans and rolled away across the floor. The cashier couldn't understand his quiet voice and hand gestures. A small crowd gathered, watching as Mr. Benny accidentally turned a simple moment into a chaotic scene. But he wasn't trying to be funny. He was just trying so hard to succeed. Later, feeling tired and utterly embarrassed, he sat alone on a park bench with Buddy right beside him. He looked around at all the busy people, all moving with such confidence, as if life was just easy for them. For a moment, a long, heavy moment, Mr. Benny felt completely invisible. Then something unexpected happened. A little child, no older than 4 or 5, walked right up to him and smiled. The child pointed at Mr. Benny's silly, worried expression and let out a bright, happy laugh, not a laugh of mockery, but of pure joy. In that instant, something shifted in Mr. Benny. He made a funny face back. The child giggled even louder, a sound like tiny bells. The child's mother approached and smiled warmly at him. "Thank you," she said softly. "You just made my child's day." Mr. Benny blinked, surprised. He never realized that he could bring joy to someone, even while he was struggling so much himself. Maybe his awkwardness wasn't useless after all. Maybe his constant effort, his quiet perseverance actually mattered. Slowly, Mr. Benny stood up, adjusted his collar one more time, and held Buddy close. Life was still going to be difficult. Mistakes would still happen. People would probably still laugh, but now he understood something incredibly important. Even in his struggle, he had value. His unique way of being in the world had a purpose he never saw. And so, with Buddy tucked securely under his arm, Mr. Benny walked forward, still clumsy, still quiet. But now he was also quietly brave, because sometimes the greatest struggle we face is simply being ourselves and having the courage to continue anyway. If this story resonated with you, please consider subscribing. It helps us share more stories that matter. Thank you for watching.